Did you know leaving your old 401k behind after changing jobs could quietly cost you over $100,000? It sounds extreme, but the numbers don't lie. Many Americans make this critical mistake, thinking their old retirement money is safe, when in reality, it's often sitting in high-fee funds, gathering dust, or even being eroded by inflation without their knowledge. This isn't just about losing growth, it's about active financial harm. We're talking about a six-figure difference in your retirement nest egg. The good news is understanding this trap is the first step to avoiding it, and the fix is surprisingly straightforward once you know how. Stick around, because I'll show you exactly how to reclaim control and stop this silent financial drain before it's too late. The common wisdom here is actually the most expensive path. So, why does leaving an old 401k become such a financial black hole? It boils down to three main issues: excessive fees, limited investment options, and a lack of oversight. Your previous employer's plan might have higher administrative fees or more expensive investment choices than what's available to you elsewhere. These fees, often fractions of a percent, compound over decades into staggering amounts. For example, a seemingly small 0.5% higher fee on a $50,000 balance over 30 years could siphon away tens of thousands of dollars in potential growth. Furthermore, you lose direct control, often forgetting about these accounts as new jobs and new 401k has come along. This financial inertia is exactly what these plans count on. But what if there was a way to consolidate, optimize, and supercharge that money? There is, and it starts with understanding your options. When you leave a job, you generally have four primary options for your old 401k. First, leave it where it is, which we now know is often the riskiest. Second, roll it over into your new employer's 401k plan. Third, roll it over into an individual retirement account, or IRA, which is usually the most flexible and often the most beneficial. Fourth, cash it out, a move that almost always leads to severe penalties and taxes, and one you should almost always avoid unless facing extreme circumstances. Each option has unique implications for fees, investment choices, and future access to your money. But one of these options stands out as the clear winner for most people, offering unparalleled flexibility and control over your financial future. We'll dive into exactly why that is and how to execute it next. Let's immediately address the worst possible choice: cashing out your 401k. Imagine you have $20,000 in your old 401k. If you cash it out before age 59 and a half, you'll typically pay a 10% early withdrawal penalty, which is $2,000. Additionally, some state income taxes may apply. On top of that, the entire $20,000 is considered taxable income, added to your regular income for the year. If you're in the 22% federal tax bracket, that's another $4,400 gone. This calculation does not include potential state income taxes. So, from your $20,000, you're immediately losing $6,400 federal only, leaving you with just $13,600. That's a 32% loss federal only. This does not account for potential state income taxes, which would increase the total loss. Not only do you lose a significant chunk to taxes and penalties, but you also completely forfeit decades of potential tax-deferred growth. This single mistake can derail your retirement savings for years, costing you hundreds of thousands in future wealth. Always avoid cashing out unless it's an absolute last resort, because the long-term cost is astronomical. One common option is rolling your old 401k into your new employer's 401k plan. This can be convenient because it keeps all your retirement money in one place, managed by your current employer's provider. For instance, if your old 401k at company A had $30,000 and your new 401k at company B also uses Fidelity, you might be able to consolidate them easily. The main benefit here is simplicity and potentially lower fees if your new plan is excellent. However, you're still limited to your current employer's investment options, which might not be ideal. Many company 401ks have a limited selection of mutual funds, some with higher expense ratios than what's available outside the plan. You also lose control if you change jobs again. While better than cashing out, there's often a more powerful alternative that gives you ultimate control and flexibility. The third and often best option for most people is rolling over your old 401k into an individual retirement account, or IRA. This is where you unlock maximum control and potential savings. Imagine having $45,000 in an old 401k with limited, high-fee funds. By rolling it into an IRA, you can choose from thousands of investment options: low-cost index funds, ETFs, individual stocks, and bonds. You pick the brokerage, Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, and gain complete control over fees and strategy. This move can significantly lower your investment costs. For example, moving from a 401k fund with a 0.75% expense ratio to an IRA with a 0.03% ETF save you 0.72% annually. On $45,000, that's over $320 a year, which compounding over 30 years can easily add up to an extra $50,000 or more in your pocket. This is where the real money is made, but you need to know the right way to do it to avoid a costly mistake. When rolling over your 401k to an IRA, there are two crucial methods: direct and indirect. A direct rollover is the preferred method, where your old 401k administrator sends the funds directly to your new IRA custodian. For example, your old employer's plan at Empower sends a check made out to Fidelity FBO, your name, directly to Fidelity. This ensures the money never touches your hands and avoids any tax implications or potential penalties. An indirect rollover, however, is when the 401k administrator sends the check to you, and you then deposit it into your IRA. This is incredibly risky. You only have 60 days to complete the transfer, and if you miss the deadline, the entire amount is considered a taxable distribution subject to income tax and that 10% early withdrawal penalty. Imagine a $50,000 rollover becoming a $5,000 penalty and a huge tax bill because of a missed deadline. Always opt for a direct rollover. It's safer and simpler, but the type of IRA you choose is equally important. Most 401k rollovers will go into a traditional IRA. This is typically for pre-tax 401k contributions, meaning the money grows tax-deferred, and you pay taxes when you withdraw in retirement. The process is straightforward. Open a traditional IRA account with your chosen brokerage, then initiate a direct rollover from your old 401k provider. They'll send the funds directly to your new IRA. This maintains the tax-deferred status of your money. For example, if you roll over $75,000 from your pre-tax 401k into a traditional IRA, there are no immediate taxes or penalties. The $75,000 continues to grow without being taxed until you take distributions in retirement. This is the standard, safest path for most people with a pre-tax 401k, but there's another option, a Roth conversion, that might be incredibly powerful for some. While most 401k's roll into traditional IRAs, you can also perform a Roth conversion. This involves rolling your pre-tax 401k funds into a Roth IRA. The catch? You'll pay income taxes on the entire converted amount in a year of conversion. For example, if you convert $40,000 from a pre-tax 401k to a Roth IRA, that $40,000 is added to your taxable income for the year. If you're in the 22% tax bracket, that's an $8,800 tax bill. Why would anyone do this? Because once the money is in the Roth IRA, it grows tax-free forever, and qualified withdrawals in retirement are also tax-free. This is hugely beneficial if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket in retirement than you are today. It's a strategic move, trading a tax bill now for potentially massive tax savings later, but it's not for everyone, and timing is key. Let's walk through the actual steps for a direct rollover to an IRA. Step 1. Choose a reputable brokerage firm like Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab, and open a traditional IRA account. Make sure it's a rollover IRA specifically for this purpose. Step 2. Contact your old 401k administrator. You'll usually find their contact information on your old statements. Tell them you want to perform a direct rollover of your 401k balance into your new IRA. Step 3. They will likely send you a form to fill out, asking for your new IRA account details, including the account number and the receiving institution's name and address. Step 4. Submit the completed form. The 401k provider will then send a check directly to your new IRA custodian, made out to them, not to you. This entire process can take a few weeks, so be patient, but diligent follow-up is essential to ensure it moves smoothly and doesn't get stuck in limbo. Beyond the disastrous indirect rollover, people often make other mistakes. One common error is simply forgetting about old 401ks. Many people have small balances scattered across multiple previous employers, sometimes just a few $1,000s each. These small accounts are often ignored, but they're still subject to fees and lack of control. Another mistake is not investigating the investment options and fees of their new employer's 401k before deciding to roll over there. Sometimes, the new 401k is worse than an IRA. For instance, rolling $25,000 into a new 401k with 1% higher fees than an IRA means you're giving up $250 a year, which over 20 years could be over $10,000 in lost growth. Always compare fees and fund choices. Don't let convenience override smart financial planning, especially when thousands of dollars are at stake. Here's an advanced strategy: the mega backdoor Roth for those with high incomes. If your current employer's 401k allows after-tax contributions, you can contribute money that exceeds the standard pre-tax or Roth 401k limits. These after-tax contributions can then be rolled over into a Roth IRA. For example, if you contribute the maximum $23,000 to your 401k, pre-tax or Roth, and your employer allows an additional $20,000 in after-tax contributions, you can roll that $20,000 directly into a Roth IRA, growing tax-free. This is a complex but powerful way to get more money into a Roth account than standard contribution limits allow. It's a nuanced strategy requiring careful planning and understanding of your specific 401k plan rules. So always consult a financial advisor if you're considering this more intricate maneuver. This isn't for everyone, but it highlights the power of understanding your rollover options deeply. Ultimately, taking control of your old 401k is one of the smartest financial moves you can make after changing jobs. It prevents hidden fees from eroding your wealth and gives you the power to invest in low-cost, high-growth options. That six-figure difference in your retirement isn't just a number, it's your financial freedom. If you're now wondering about the best way to invest that newly rolled over money within your IRA, make sure to watch our video on the 3 must-have index funds for beginners. It will guide you through building a powerful, low-cost portfolio. And if you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing for more essential personal finance strategies.